See, I'll answer a couple of questions. Since some of you send me questions, I'll answer those questions. Um, you know, with regards to some women who have been abused in India, Middle East. You have asked me these questions, I'll answer. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. This is my opinion. And like I tell you, it's very easy for me to advise. It's very hard to do. So keep that in mind. So I am giving you general advice and what I believe is right, but you use your discretion. So first one, this female has asked, why do women get educated? Why do we learn our rights only to get married and have none of it prove to be of any use? See, you don't get educated to get married. You don't get taught your rights to serve another man. Whether man or woman, education is a right so that you can live in society. You have the tools, you have the techniques, you have the capacity to think, to survive in the world. It's not for marriage. Marriage is an institution that has been created by man to have, a relationship that is stable with a family. It's a man-made relationship. Okay, the institution of marriage. Before it was one man, he'll have his woman, and they'll stay together. They didn't have, this is marriage and all that. After religion, man-made religion came into place, they instituted this so that there will be loyalty. But nowadays, there are some parents who educate their daughters or their sons, give them good education, upbringing, everything, to get married, which is stupidity. And I think it's predominantly in the Indian culture, where girls, Indian or Asian culture, where girls are born and raised or bred for marriage, which doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, if you don't get married, how will you have children? What will society think? This is the problem with society. You didn't get married. Shit. When will you marry? What will people think? This. You make it sound as if it's fucking, a shame. You didn't get married because you don't want to fucking get married. That's it. I know so many girls who have, I don't say they have exceptional careers. They have normal careers. They don't want to get married. Why? Because it's not working out for them. Either their personality doesn't click with most men, or they are very bad choices, or they have too high expectations. Whatever the case, they choose to be single because they have found, I have not found the right man, or I can't find the right man, or my expectations are so high, or my personality is such I can't get along with nonsense, or whatever the case can be. So there are a lot of women who have, I'm not saying exceptional careers, normal average careers, but who are single. There's no fucking crime in being single. So please stop this bullshit that, why am I educated? You're not educated for marriage. You are not taught your rights for marriage. So the first question itself shows your thinking is flawed. Your upbringing is flawed because you have been taught that you're getting educated and your rights for marriage, which is rubbish. Okay. Second one, should we be scared and not safe and submit everything to our husbands? I mean, what kind of question is this? See the way it is worded. Should we not be scared? Why should you be scared? Scared of what? Scared of what? Scared of who? Why the fuck are you scared? If you have not done anything wrong, why the fuck are you scared? Is he going to physically hit you? If he's going to physically hit you, fucking take a knife or sharp object, just stab him fucking one day, no? Call the fucking police. Don't fucking take shit. Where you have fucking hands and legs. Like, I get feeling, Lord, he beat me. So what did you do? Just sit and protect yourself. Then he'll hit you more. Take a fucking object or knife or bloody set the house on fucking fire, man. Let him feel fucking scared. Shit, if I do anything, fuck, she's a mad woman. Go to the fucking police. Use social media. Tell, my husband is trying to kill me. Please help. Put it on social media. Fuck, the police will come running down on him and then he'll be shit scared. Most of these abusers, they are fucking scared. I've told you in my previous video, they are scared of repercussions. They might be bold in the house. In the office, they are fucking rats. In front of their friends, they are very quiet. They'll act like big and mighty, but in front of the police, they don't have balls. These men only act like heroes in the house, like big, larger than life. Same thing with my stepfather. He used to act like a fucking mighty Thor. He used to fucking beat me, act like Hitler. Fuck, he is a coward in his workplace. He used to be very polite. Morning, how are you? In the house, he used to do this. Fucking piddly short fuck, my stepfather. Today, if I see him, I fucking want to kill him, man. Son of a bitch that he is. He doesn't have any balls. His only ego came from the importance of family game because he was earning money. I'm telling you, bullies are fucking cowards. They don't have guts. The minute you give them back, then they'll think 10 times. So number one, you have framed your question bad because you choose to be a victim. Listen to what I've said. You choose to be a victim. It's a choice. It's a choice to either hold your head like this and get beatings, or stand up and say, motherfucker, I'll slice your fucking face. No, make it a do or die. The bastard will think, oh fuck, it's not worth it. See, it's about making a decision, man. I'm not saying kill someone, but at least protect yourself. Like my daughter, if suppose tomorrow someone were to rape her, you can be rest assured, I would have trained my daughter. If someone puts anything in your mouth, his dick, just clamp down and rip that dick off. Bite his fucking balls off. If he is on top of you and he starts smooching you, bite his lip so hard that his lip should rip off from his mouth. Just imagine if a guy knows that this girl is going to bite the flesh and kill. You think they'll have guts? Fuck, they'll be like, I better go to a prostitute, it's safer rather than this. Nobody wants. If my daughter is going to die, I tell her, kill and get killed. Don't just make it like, oh, rape and he killed. No, that's what I will teach. So it's all about taking charge of your life. Don't be a fucking coward. And your question, should I be scared? What the fuck are you talking here? Grow the fuck up. You're not a fucking kid. Should I not save? No, you should save. It's your responsibility. If your husband is saying, no, give me everything, you have married a loser. And I blame you for staying in that relationship. I mean, it's like someone is abusing you and you're still, oh, what will I do? What will I do? Take action. See, you want a secure life? You want husband to earn and take care of you? You want everything to be given to you on a platter and then, no, get the fuck out. You'll have discomfort. Yes, it'll be a tough life. But I'll tell you where the problem is. If you have lived like a victim for 40, 50 years of your life, or 30 years, and then, don't blame anyone. It's you. See, if you want to make a change now. Now, right now. Do it. Don't fucking talk about it. Talking and hoping and wanting a sympathy vote. There are a lot of women who, oh, what will I do? And all their friends, oh, poor thing, poor baby, yeah, we understand. No, you just need a shoulder to cry on. You enjoy being a victim because you get attention. You know, when children fall down, the father says, oh, my poor baby, my poor baby. They like that attention. So maybe you're like that. You love being a victim. The psychological problem is you, nobody else. And submit to a husband. Who the fuck told you to submit to your husband? Like even my wife. I tell her, you don't want, leave and go. Straight away, I've told my wife, if you're not happy, leave and go. Why do you think my wife stays with me? I don't force her because she wants a better life. She knows her previous husband used to physically beat her. I don't. Her previous husband was ashamed of her. I'm not. Her previous husband used to verbally abuse. I'm not doing that. Her husband was a laborer. They used to stay in a bed. They were staying in a hut. She stays in a nice villa. So the perks and benefits, where when she was staying with her old husband, she had to get up at 4 o'clock morning and 5, keep everything ready and go to work. Like today, she got up at 12:30 in the afternoon. She just has to do housework in the AC. She has a beautiful life. I told her, you're not happy because I'm not a perfect husband. I'm grumpy, I'm grouchy, I'm very moody, I'm very demanding. I told her, you can't take it, leave and go. Trust me, open challenge. My wife has literally told me this. Even if she gets $10 million, she'll not go. I don't believe that. $10 million, yeah, I told her, even I'll leave you and go. But the thing is, she's having a much better life. So submit to your husband. This is your fault, nobody else's fault. Next one. Should we never own our bank accounts? What questions you're asking, man? Use your fucking brains. You know, when you ask stupid, shitty questions like this, that shows the problem is not your husband, the problem is you. Your mental upbringing, your emotional state of mind. You're a fucking victim and nobody can help you. I'm sorry to say, but you are a victim and you choose to be a victim. And nobody can help you. Nobody. If you're asking such shitty question, should we not own a bank? Who the fuck told you not to own a bank? Who? Your parents? Then throw them out. Society? Fuck them then. I mean, what kind? It's like me asking, oh, my finger is stuck off my bum hole. Should I remove it out? They said not to take it out. It sounds like that. Stop doing that. I mean, what kind of mental retardation is this? And should we indulge in the bad habits that our husbands and bosses ask us to do? Same question I told you. If I tell you, put your finger in your bum hole, take it out and lick it, would you do it? You'll say, she, Loy? No, I'll never do that. Okay, 100% you'll say, no, Loy, I'll never do that. Then if your husbands who are men or your bosses are abusing you and telling you to do wrong things, why are you doing it? See, you have the common sense to know. If like I asked you just now, if I tell you put your hand in your bum hole and then put it in your mouth, would you do it? You'd say no. That means you have common sense. That means you have a brain to think. So why don't you use your same fucking brains in situations like this? Why are you asking, Loy, what should I do? Oh, I'm a victim, Loy. Oh. You know, the problem is you. It takes two hands to clap. You behave like a fucking victim, you'll be treated like one. Bullies are waiting to identify. Even rapists sometimes, they identify who's timid, who's quiet. You seriously think a rapist will go and try to rape a Muay Thai fighter, a female who knows how to use weapons, who has a gun? No, they'll be like, oh fuck no, man. I'll go to someone who's timid, who I can easily take advantage. So don't have that written all over your fucking face, man. Then, should we rely on providence? Yeah, sit out in the road and, God, please give me a job. God, please give me food, I'm waiting. Sit in the road and wait, no? Providence. When you ask stupid questions, I'll give you stupid answers. The problem is, I don't have time. See, that is why I charge people for my advice. Because shitty questions like these, no? Mindless questions. This, oh, I'm poor. Oh, help me. You're a fucking 30-year-old, 40-year-old person. Behave like one, man. What the fuck, yeah? Or should we rely on providence? Be a good wife, be a good daughter and good mother. I don't know who the fuck asked you to be a good mother. Be a fucking slut. Who asked you to be a good daughter? Be a fucking whore. Who asked you to be a good whatever? Who asked you to be good? It's a choice. I tattooed my face. You think nobody told me to be good? Nobody told me not to do it? I went fucking around with whores and girls. You think society and religion and they told me, no, Loy, go fuck around? No, they said be good. I chose my path. I chose my life. I did what I had to and I paid the price for it. You, why don't you grow a pair of balls, not male balls, means courage, and take charge of your life. What is this? Oh, be a good wife. You're a fucking victim and you have a victim mentality. Nobody can help you. Shame on you. That's what I'll tell you. Shame on you. Okay? Don't think you can come to me for advice and I'll say, oh, my poor girl, poor thing. No. That is why people take advantage of you, because of your this mentality. Should we be saints and have no desires? Oh, please. You need to be bit slapped. I'll tell you, if you are my relative, no, my sister or daughter, I fucking slapped you to the point where it would pain you so much, and until you'd hold my hand and say, stop it, I wouldn't stop. Because I want you to take fucking charge. Stand up on your own fucking feet and say, enough. You know, you need to look at people in the eye and say, enough. You should take a fucking knife and say, motherfucker, I'll stab you. Then nobody will touch you. But you do, oh, like this. These questions are evident that the problem is you, nobody else. And then the other questions. How women must understand men better. Okay, how to understand men? Same way, how to understand women. What is the difference between a man and woman? Just the appendage? Just the biological setup? Just that? No. Every human being, if you pay attention, if you observe them, they will give you clues. It takes a little bit of thinking. It takes a little bit of observation. It takes a little bit of taking notes, asking yourself intelligent questions. And then you can literally read, understand, and predict people and their behaviors. Not accurately, but at least most of it. If you are never going to use the gray matter in between your 2 ears, and how to understand, then you should be happy that you're a housewife, because that is where you belong, in the kitchen. If you're going to ask shitty questions like how to understand men, not a fucking 10-year-old kid here, come on. See, you can't understand the entire race or the entire species. You can choose to understand one person at a time. So take one person and then start observing that person. How does a person behave in certain conditions? How do they behave in front of rich people, poor people? How do they behave in the office? How do they behave at home? How do they behave with friends? How do they behave with relatives? It's all a matter of observation. And if you're so fucking dumb, take a fucking notebook and write it down, no? Observe. There will be patterns. See, the problem is when you lack common sense and brains, nobody can help you. That is why most of the victims, I tell them the problem is you. Because you're not using this common sense and then blaming, oh, poor me. How women can understand men. Men have a tougher time understanding women. You should find it easier. If you can't understand men, you should not have a man in your life. Seriously, if you can't understand men, don't have a man in your life, because you're not emotionally and mentally fit to have a man. How men are equally vulnerable to female and fail to understand their insecurities. Men don't. You're painting, like, out of a population of 8 billion, for example, you're painting all 4 billion men with the same brush. Have you met all 4 billion men? No. Your problem is you have met men. The men you have met are limited to 1, 2, 3. Meet 10,000 men, meet 1,000 men, go out. Break off your marriage and start meeting men. You'll meet shit men. 1, okay, he's shit. 2, shit. 3, shit. 4, shit. Eventually you'll learn, oh, my selection was shit. I was meeting men in the club. Okay, now I'll go and try to meet men in a different venue, church. Okay, there also I meet shit. Okay, I'll try in the business environment. Eventually you'll find out, okay, what kind of men you're meeting. All of them will not be same. And then start focusing on yourself. Are you fat? Are you ugly? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Can you earn money? Look into yourself. Evaluate both the sides. Both the sides. See, if I was a bloated 200 kilo fat guy sitting on a wheelchair with no fucking personality and then complaining, oh, I don't get any girl, nobody loves me, oh. And that also, I'm not searching for any girl and sitting and crying. I mean, come on, yeah. See, the basic problem is you don't have brains. And even if you have brains, you're not using it. And on top of that, you have mental issues and emotional issues. People like you should seriously not have a man in your life, because you don't know how to take care of yourself. You don't know what you want. You don't know how to emotionally manage yourself. What the fuck what business do you have going in a relationship? Okay, next one. How should women keep their husbands happy and make sure the peace of house is maintained? See, this is a submissive question. How should women keep men happy? See, if you're taking the role of being a woman who wants to keep a man happy, now here's my question to you. What if a man is never happy? What if your man always demands more? What if your man always knows that he can demand never ending and he'll never be happy? Then how do you satisfy? See, stop expecting a life of self-respect when you lack respect for yourself. Okay? Pay attention to what I just said. Stop expecting a life of self-respect when you lack respect for yourself. If you respect yourself first, then other people respect you. See, you can only keep someone who happy if they have gratitude in their heart. If they are an asshole and they're never going to be happy, no matter you even die for them, they will still come to your grave and say, what the fuck did you do for me? That is the problem with today's generation. You know, the self-entitled children. Parents take care of them, give them education, give them everything. Still they say, what the fuck did you do? You did your job. You cannot keep someone happy who has an ungrateful heart. Keep that in mind. Then, one second. Next question. Okay. Peace of house is maintained if you get the right partner. You get the wrong partner, he'll never be maintained. Genetically, how can women use their talent to win over men and take care of male ego? Genetically. Oof. Trying to make it sound as if it's an intelligent question. You are in a abusive relationship. Through the way the question is written, your husband has mental issues, emotional issues. He is a predator. He is someone who is unfit to be a husband. And then he got you, who's a victim, and he's taking advantage of you. And your question is, how can I dedicate my life, use my talents to satisfy his ego? You cannot satisfy stupidity. You cannot satisfy an ego. You cannot satisfy need. The problem with you is you have decided to be a duster, a tissue paper that can be used and can be disposed of with no value. You don't have self-respect. You'll never be happy, my dear, because no matter what you do, the guy knows he can take advantage of you. And people like you always end up with evil individuals. Not just evil, stupid people. You'll always be a victim. So don't expect to get a decent life of peace and quiet, because your mentality shows in these questions. Then how should women use their brain? Simply then fighting with men, which is a waste of power and energy. How should women use their brains? If I have to tell a grown-ass woman who's in her 30s or 40s how to use their brains, literally shows you're not someone I'll waste my time with, because you clearly don't know how to use your brains. Just imagine if it's a 10-year-old and 10-year-old says, ask me a stupid question, I can understand. 30-year-old, like for example, if I say, put a iron hot, take a knife, put it iron hot and put it in your vagina. Would you do that? Say, Loy, that's so stupid. Who the fuck would do that? Okay. If I tell you, take a snake and put it up your bum hole, would you do that? You say, no, Loy, who the fuck would do that? If I tell you, put your fingers up your asshole, take out the shit and smear it on your face, you'll be like, yuck, Loy, what are you talking? So when you have common sense to know shitty advice from good advice, why don't you give yourself some good advice? See, the thing is, people like you like to be victims. You enjoy being victims unconsciously, because you'll get sympathy vote. Oh, poor thing, I understand, and they cry. This happens when you're a small child and you fall down and papa comes running. Oh, beta, what happened? What happened? And then you feel, oh, when I get hurt, I get so much love and attention. Good, I'll get hurt, I get love and attention. So that's why when my daughter falls down and she's crying, ah, and she falls down, I'm like, get up, stand up, wipe yourself, dust yourself, go, clean yourself up. Even if unless it's something really serious where I have to protect my child, otherwise I don't bother, because she has to learn to be independent. See, this comes from upbringing. The problem with you is your upbringing has been seriously messed up and flawed. So flawed, you enjoy being a victim. I can tell you one thing, my 2-year-old daughter has more common sense than you. And it's a shame that you choose to be a victim, a full-bodied, a woman with hands and legs. with eyes and ears, with mouth, no physical problems, asking stupid, shitty questions like this. I don't have any sympathy, pity, sorry, nothing, no. The thing is, you need to be bitch slapped from here to until beaten up so many times by someone until you say, stop it, I'll kill you if you touch me again. Then you're empowered. Then change will come. Until then, oh, he beat me, oh, he did this to me, oh, he shouted. The fuck? See, listen, there's no difference between man and woman. Biological differences, yes. In terms of opportunities, yes. But thinking, no? Thinking. The ability to take action, making choices, there's not much. I told you, there are areas where men and women are different, but there are plenty of other areas where they are very similar. It's all a choice. For you, my dear, I would just suggest you're not fit to get married because you don't know how to use your brains. You don't know how to make proper choices. You don't know how to handle your emotions. And when you're so destructive with yourself, you think you'll make the right choices in life by choosing a right partner? No, I'm 100% sure you'd have chosen a loser who likes to bully, take advantage, and capitalize on you. If you had any self-respect, you'd have got away from this person who you call your husband. But you can't, and you will not. So my suggestion to such people is continue with your life and stop bitching about it, because that anyway is your doing. Nobody else, not God, not anyone, you. But if you do want to make a choice, if you do want to make a change, it starts with taking action. And the first action you need to take is you need to be by yourself and sort yourself out. Earn your own money, live your own life, take care of your own bills, and seek professional help where you're mentored either by a psychiatrist or psychologist or, I don't know, a larger than life person or an elderly person in your family or in your corporate world will take you under their wing and guide you what is to be done. Because if a 30 or 40-year-old talks like a 10-year-old, means the problem is with you, not with anyone else. So this is the advice that I wanted to give you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like I told you, I'm not one of those people who say, oh, poor baby, oh, poor thing. No. I'm a person who will give you tough love and tell you, shut the fuck up, wipe your tears, take charge of your life. Because the fact is, nobody gives a fuck. Okay, get that registered in your head. Having said that, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.